Hey everybody, Jason here. So yeah, it's Thanksgiving weekend and I decided to get out on the water to one of my favorite local spots. Um, yeah, this actually I'm not going to give the name of it, but you'll be able to figure it out from some of the hints that I give. But yeah, this is a nice little spot. It's a lake system that's also on a small river stream that runs through the region. So this is actually, I believe, the only spot in Zone 16 that has open season on brook trout year round. But there's also, obviously, we're still open for bass. And pike and whatnot, but yeah, I brought the rod and I'm kitted out to try getting some trout today, possibly some bass, but yeah, that's all I really brought. I just brought my ultralight rod, so I'm not gonna go for any pike or anything like that. Truthfully, the pike in the area aren't the best, so yeah, so it's 2 degrees Celsius right now, so it's pretty cold. The water is very cold, but the day's supposed to be nice and sunny and bright, and it's supposed to warm up to about 12 degrees, so should be a nice day. So when I was planning to come out here, just getting ready, I was thinking that I'd probably be the only one on the water, but yeah, no. Quite a few anglers out, so I pulled up to the put-in point, and there were 4, maybe 5, fishing kayaks, hobby cats, and yeah, and also a power boat went through. So yeah, it's not really a surprise, but it's one of the reasons why I'm not naming this place. It's been known for a while, but years ago I would come here and I would have the place to myself. So I have to say, truthfully, years ago I did do a video and named it, and sure enough, people thanked me, and I know that people started coming here to paddle. So, and that's fine, it's not my land, it's our land, and as long as people are respectful and it, stays close to the way it is, then, hopefully the more people that know about it, the more likely it would be maintained well and protected for generations. And also, truthfully, I was a little concerned about getting out, thinking that I'd be the only one on the water, at 2 degrees on Thanksgiving, thinking that if something did happen, if I fell in, water temperatures are extremely cold at the moment, and wondered if I would get out or if I'd end up stuck out here with hypothermia. So there is a little bit of a benefit of knowing that there's at least somebody out here on the water with me. And from what I've seen, that everybody's, I just passed the guys on the kayaks, and they were all just focused on fishing and, being nice and peaceful and everything. So yeah, it's not a jet ski lake, and so that's the main thing. Okay, so I've been paddling for about what, I don't know, not long, 15-20 minutes now, and basically the way this lake works is it's along a stream, and it'll be narrow, and then it widens up and there's one smaller lake, then it gets narrow again, and you know, I just passed through it. I wouldn't call it a channel, you know, small river, creek, bigger than a creek. Anyhow, then it widens out again where I am now. You can probably see how wide in the background, and then it opens up into a larger lake. So I'm going to be spending the day here just basically exploring. It's not a huge area, but there's a few spots that I haven't really looked at. One thing about this area is there's, like, obviously there's a shore, but there's no real good shore. It's all just very scrubby. The bottom of the lake is just very sandy, silty, really soft. I actually fell in here before. Yeah, I thought I went to get out of the canoe. I looked down and it looked like it was, you know, less than a foot of water. Stepped down and just kept falling, basically, pretty much waist deep. So all of that, what looked like solid ground underneath of me, was just, you know, really soft, like silty sand. Yeah, surprised the heck out of me. But anyway, also Pixie, my dog, was with me and she was not having fun. But anyway, so that's the thing with this place, is the shore is really scrubby. The bottom of the lake is, you know, really soft, that you can't really get out anywhere without a struggle. There are a few spots. The ministry has a dock in here, and but yeah, I want to just explore a little bit. There's a few spots on the east side that I haven't really had a look at, and yeah, I just wonder if there's a spot that I can tuck into, you know, for a shore lunch, or possibly even hang the hammock one day. But I'm going to do that, but for now I'm just going to get my rod set up. Anyway, been paddling and I have seen some feeder fish swimming around. I saw a small little rock bass. So I'm going to, yeah, get set up and then at least be able to cast my line a little bit. Yeah, so this is the rod I'm using. Same rod I've been using. I got it last season. Derek recommended this one for me. It's a Daiwa Presso. Yeah, Presso. So it's a 4-piece ultralight rod. It's good. I like it. I'm looking at getting another rod that's a little bit heavier, but this one is done really well. I did break the tip off of it last year, actually the first trip, out in Magnetawan. Caught a big bass and the tip broke off of it, so I put another tip on the end, and now instead of it being 6 foot 6 inches, it's now 6 foot 2 inches. But I'd say as well that the reviews afterwards, in hindsight, I read the reviews, and there were a couple people who commented that the tip broke. So I think it's kind of just a part of the rod being so light that it's a little bit fragile down the end. Anyway, so yeah, just brought a small tackle box. Mostly I have MEPs in here, but anyway, probably start out with a small MEP, and then yeah, the reel I'm using, it's also a Daiwa, whatever. It's not an overly expensive reel. This is, I think it's Legolas. Now there's a few different Legolas rods. This one is the more expensive one, but yeah, just a spinning reel. kind of drifting out from where I pulled over, but that's okay. The wind's not bad right now. I pulled over here because typically this lake does get a bit windy. It's down in a lower area. There's hills around us, so the wind kind of can pick up, which is part of my concern of being out on my own, just with the wind. But like I said, the conditions are actually supposed to be pretty nice today. I think that likely when I'm gonna mess with my line down here. Likely when it starts to warm up later, it's probably gonna get a bit windier. We'll see how that goes, and if it gets rough at all, then I'll head to one of those ministry docks and, you know, maybe cook up some lunch. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll have brook trout. So like I said, I'm gonna, because it's open on brook trout all year, I'm just gonna start off with a number 1 MEP. I don't really know what they go for here. Haven't done fishing. I've always come here just to paddle. So I'm gonna start out with this this guy here. I don't know if you can see, but he's got some, you know, some red and blue on him, some silver, and yeah, tiny little guy. Okay, so anyway, I am set. So I'll just wind this up. I'm gonna paddle in a little bit further before I start casting, but so now I've drifted a little bit, so I get back on track. Okay, so I've paddled over to one of the spots that haven't ever really explored. It's just a little bay. It's actually, so the problem with this lake is it is, like I said, it's really shallow, but then there's some deep spots. So the main big lake is quite deep, but most of the area coming in along the river is pretty shallow. So behind me, like, it's getting shallow as I'm getting closer to shore right now, but it does drop off, you know, just over here as well. So I'm gonna try fishing a bit, and then it looks like just ahead of me there's a little stream, and I'm gonna see if I can get the canoe in there. So the wind is a little bit, not that you'd be able to tell where I am, but the wind is picking up a bit, so yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge just paddling in the open water. So anyway, I'm just gonna turn myself around a bit so that I can cast towards that stream. And I know the sun's gonna be behind me. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. It's early morning in the fall and the sun is low. So yeah, give this a shot. Okay, well, a few casts, no luck. So I'm gonna just have a look if I can head down the stream a little bit, and if it opens up shallow, I have no idea. But one thing I know is that it looks like only canoes or kayaks could make it in there. So if it opens up and if it's deep, it might be a little spot. So we'll check it out. Definitely shallow through the passage here. It's probably only about a foot deep at the most. Just taking my time because, as you can see all around me, there's lots of trees down. Last thing I want is to get stuck up on something and have to get out into these cold waters. So one of the things that I really like about this place is how clear the water is. And so I'm just going to show you. Okay, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but have a look at this. So yeah, pretty nice. It does look like it's getting deeper now. So I'm going to fish around the edges of this little bay here, and yeah, with any luck, I'll catch something. Gonna have a peek up here because it looks like there is actually a little grassy area. So that does look like the little bay comes to an end, but maybe a little stream up ahead. But it does look like there's a little grassy area, so I'm just gonna check it out because I'm always looking for somewhere to, you know, pitch the hammock for the night. And this looks pretty promising, actually. I imagine the bugs would be nasty in the spring and summer though. So yeah, I mentioned that how the floor of the lake is that really silty sand. I'm not sure, I'll just you can see on the paddle, right? It's it's just really shallow here, but I don't know how deep it'll go, but probably the floor is probably an inch deep here, but let's see how far I can put the paddle. Yeah, so you see just in that spot, we've got about a foot deep, but it looks like it's only an inch deep of water. So anyway, I'm gonna just see if I can get closer to shore here. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like it's actually a service road or ATV trail maybe. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know where I am. So what I mean is I know where I am, but I don't know where the park boundary is. So I don't know if down there is private land or park land. You know, if it's a part of a reserve or what the deal is. There are a couple campsites up there though, so I'm gonna look into it a bit more. If it is park land and those are campsites, then that's pretty cool, because this is a pretty sweet little quiet spot. So I think I'm gonna take the opportunity and put the drone up and get some aerial shots. So I'm just making my way back out of this little bay, and I'm gonna head into the main large lake. Wind is picking up a little bit. I can feel it even in here, sheltered. But what I'd like to do is try to make my way to the far end of the large lake, and then just drift back down from, you know, the far end back to the put-in point. That way I can just fish along the shore. Depends on what the conditions are going to be like out there. I don't know. You know, it might be a struggle to get to the other side depending on what the wind's like. But yeah, that's the plan right now anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I start fishing, I'm just gonna swap out, change the color of my net. If that doesn't work, I'll switch over to a grub and try to target some bass for the rest of the day. But it would be nice if I caught a brookie. So I think I've been using a number 1 map that is blue, red, and silver. So I think I'm gonna swap over to the Black Fury here, which is the classic black with yellow dots. I still use a number 1 because these fish are going to be tiny, so little mouth, little lure. So I'm just sitting by shore here. The wind's not that strong, but a little gusty, so I've got a little bit of shelter. And there's a deep spot, so I'm just trying to cast and let it sink a little ways down. But not really getting any action, so. Yeah, I'm gonna just swap over my lure and use one of those twisty grubs. I'll go back to shore first. So I got this guy set up already. Let's see. Right. See if I have any luck. I was hoping that I'd have some luck with brook trout, but truth is I don't really have experience fishing brook trout, so I'll switch things over and I'll try for bass. Like I said earlier, this is Thanksgiving weekend. It's actually my birthday as well, and not today, but tomorrow. And yeah, this is I think Thanksgiving is definitely my favorite holiday. I like the idea of it, a day, to be thankful. And it's nice to get out on the water, do some fishing. This is definitely something that I'm thankful for, being able to access places like this locally, but all the places I've been as well, just in Ontario and Canada. Well, just getting into the main lake again, and wouldn't you have it, the wind has changed direction, so thought I'd have wind behind me on the way out, but instead I've got a headwind, which is making it near impossible to cast and stay on track. So lake's actually getting busier. There's a few more small fishing boats and more canoes out now. I guess it's a bit later in the day, so more people out to enjoy it. Okay, well, just pulled into this little dock and boathouse, rickety old thing. Yeah, there's a path that heads into the bush, so I think I'm gonna have a peek to see where that goes, and yeah, just relax out here for a little while. Like, it is a really nice day. I have no idea what time it is, so yeah, I went in a bit. It looked like it was a private property up ahead, so didn't want to go any further. So it's nice to just get out and stretch the legs. Been in the boat for a while, and yeah, just take a little break. Do you think I am going to take advantage of that dock and relax there for a little bit, but won't hang around too long. I'll get back going and yeah, try a little bit more fishing, but it doesn't seem like the fish are really biting. Doesn't really surprise me. You know, the water's getting really cold and the fish probably moved down deeper, but hey, it was worth the try. You know, come out, spend the day outside, and you know, fishing isn't always about catching fish either, right? Or at least it isn't to me. Actually, it's more being out on the boat to me, and I bring the fishing rod to try my luck. I usually don't have very good luck, but yeah, it's just something to occupy my time and a bonus when I do catch something. So, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Momento de muerte. Might have been a little bit too much. hasn't been that bad of a day. Had some lunch. Of course, lunch wasn't as good as if I had caught some brook trout, but had some lunch, spent some time on the water, beautiful weather, practiced my casting. But yeah, my thoughts are the fish are down deeper now, and I don't have any deep divers or anything. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's gonna take me another half hour or so to paddle out, and I think I'll just enjoy the time doing that, relax. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and yeah, thanks for watching.